Hello, welcome to your reading for the week of May 8th of 2016. This feels like a really good week. I loved this symbol from Virgo 22 for our guidance this week. A royal coat of arms enriched with precious stones. This is one of my favorites. It's because in my solar return this year, my North Node is sitting on that degree. So this is an important one I feel for me, and it's obviously coming through as something of great importance for anyone who took part in this reading. I just feel such a sense of honor with this symbol. Something very deep from your soul heritage, from the bloodlines of all of who you have been in many past lives, is really coming forth this week, asking for you to remember this element and wear it proudly like a coat of arms that is your lineage, your heritage, very specific to you. Each one of us would have a very distinct coat of arms, that each one being so beautiful, so unique, just so important. You know, a coat of arms is like the representation of your lineage. As I'm starting this, we have blue sky and I've got a little raindrops coming down. It's like the heavens are all on board. We agree. So we have 4 beautiful jewels of cards. I mean, just look at these. They're just beautiful. Get them all in the right order here. They're just beautiful jewels of their own. 4 cards this week. So I'm going to start with, and I want to mention one thing about the cards. When I put those up, I actually don't look at your responses. That's more for you to have an idea of, or a reminder of which card you picked. So just know that I know whoever is tapping into these readings from an energetic perspective. And, you know, don't always feel like you have to put up a card selection if you don't want to. That is more of a reminder for you. Energy is not tangible like in our physical world. So I just wanted to put that out there, that I don't tend to cruise through the responses and know who picked what. What I do sometimes, though, is after I've done the card reading, I cruise through to see a general idea of how many pick certain cards, because one can tend to be quite heavy in a certain week. And it helps to give me a feeling as to the whole of the collective is feeling a lot of what those people are feeling. So it's a helpful kind of measure or pulse for me to see where people are at. And of course, I'm right alongside you on that too, learning myself. So let's start with the Healing with the Fairies deck. Okay, if you chose this butterfly card, this is the back of the card. And we get peace of mind. I also don't look at these cards before we do the reading. What I get here is just a real sense, the core soul message that wants to come through for you that picked this card is that everything is working out. You need not spend time worrying, because it's a wasteful use of the energy. It expends too much energy. And so you're really, in essence, like taking it and throwing money into a fire. It's not a wise use of your precious resource that is your energy. And here comes the rain again. It's very important to use your resources wisely. And energy is no different than money or our time or our physical effort. Know that things are working out. And that is a natural divine state that is a part of your royal coat of arms. It's one of the jewels in that beautiful design that is unique to you. There's a thread of this in your lineage, that you know that everything is working out in your in your best interest at all times. And if you will but accept that this week, embrace that concept as your own. What would life be like if you realized that everything is really working out? Actually, nothing is broken. Really coming down now. I wonder if I'll have to move in. What if everything is working out? Okay. So I asked you who picked that card to consider that in the coming week. Nothing is broken. Nothing needs fixing. Your team has your back and everybody that you care about. And when you feel inspired to take action or to help somebody, go for it. But know that there is no shoulds or have-tos, really. Everything truly can be inspired action. And you act from the heart on what really matters to you. And to stand in that integrity and know that you are just being so taken care of by your higher wisdom. It's your team. It's your energy, okay? Doesn't have to be something outside of yourself. It is right with you and standing right next to you and offering support and guidance whenever you're wanting it. All right? Then this is card number 2. This is from the Flower Therapy deck. And this, I always love this card, and it comes up a lot in my readings. Simplify your life. Okay. The Royal Coat of Arms is to remember that there is beauty in simplicity. There is a thread of your lineage that takes pleasure in the feel of the wind, in looking at a flower garden, in spending time next to a tree, in watching the waves come in and out. Even, crazily enough, folding your laundry. That there is time for yourself as you do that. And you can fold the clothes just how you want, that makes the most sense for you and it just feels right. There is beauty in simplicity. And to consider embracing this week, how can you look at each moment of your day from a more simplistic viewpoint? It's like you're taking off glasses that are like Coke bottle thick, and you're putting on ones because you have new technology on board in your eyeballs that allows you to just simply have a very thin glass and you can see even more clearly. Because we muddle up our energy when we add too much to it with all of the detail and all of the responsibility and all of making decisions and all of everybody else's stuff. Let them be in their own wheelhouse and you be in yours. And when you're in yours, really decide, make an intention for your day, what you're really going to focus on. I was sharing with somebody last week that when I started meditating, I would do about 5 minutes to start in my bed just as I was waking up. I would have woken up, but I stayed in my bed. I set the timer on my phone, and for 5 minutes I would ask my higher self, that's what I called my team back then, my higher self, please just give me one word to focus on today. And the most beautiful words came through that made me know that it was high vibration, that it was the real higher self me. They were words like love, joy, bliss, happiness. And the word just would come. I would have a feeling of it. I would have a vision of it, or I would hear it eventually. I would just know. I would have a knowing that was the word. And so life really, that's how meditation started for me, in a very simple fashion. One word. You could instead ask for a color to help guide your day. And then go online, look up the meaning of that color, or relate it to one of the chakras, and that clearly is an important indicator. And to know that you can have that as a true north, you can have that as a signal for your day. And it helps to cut down on all the noise, because we have a lot of noise. All right, so just think about simplicity this week. There is a beauty and an energy that is very special with the thought of simplicity in life. So embrace it. Okay, for those that chose the Bluebird, this is from the Soul Coaching deck. And you folks are getting transformation. Transformation. And my eye with this immediately, it pulls to different things at different times for readings. And what I really am drawn to is the actual formation of this butterfly. And that there is a sense that from your lineage, from the all that is you, your royal coat of arms, that you are in a phase of sprouting wings. Wings that are quite developed. Wings that have been developing for a long time. And actually you've been beginning the process of testing them out, because this butterfly is not sitting on the branch. And those wings are pretty big. It is safe for you to continue. There's a real sense of freedom that I'm getting. That is the key word for this card. Really considering from a soul lineage perspective, what happens when you think about the word freedom? Where does your mind want to go? What does that mean for you? Please take out a journal this week and think about that word of freedom. What does that mean? Where does it take you when you want to say freedom, or somebody says that word to you? And look at each aspect of your life. Look at home. Look at your closest love relationship. Look at your work. Look at your children. Because that really is important in setting up a new set of values for you that are coming through at this time. It feels really empowering for those that picked this card. A dawn of a new day. We're dinging it in. With those bells, like, yeah, this is a new day. Energy, I said this, I think, in last week's video. Energy is shifted, and it's really going to be kicking it into it this summer. And we're just getting started, getting the wings out, getting them fluffed up, getting them dried off, testing them in the wind, seeing how that's going. Please consider the word freedom. That piece of your lineage is calling to you, because you have been a freedom seeker in many lives before. You have run a course that few people dared to tread, and it is safe for you to do so this time around too, because you've just got that in your blood. It's just in your bloodline, okay? It's a part of that royal coat of arms. That you don't do well when you're held down for too long. I think of like a butterfly. If you do this, it feels very cruel to me, holding down the wings, and that poor thing is struggling to get up. It makes me want to cry to even say that. I would never do that to that beautiful being. When you think of that, that's what you're like. You can't be held down. You're too big for that. So really think about freedom this week, because baby, it's already come. I'm not saying it's coming. It's already here, and you're already testing it out in some way. And I just want to encourage you to keep on, keep going with that concept. Okay. Our final card is from the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides deck. And we have the blue heron. It's the same image as the back of the card. What this says on it is, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. So the part of your lineage, for those that chose this card, that's coming up, is standing solid on your two legs and knowing that you can make the decisions as they come up and feel confident in them, because you have a power within you that is able to discern really clearly right now. That is what I do see with the energy that we're in. Oh, beautiful sun of the solar plexus, super strong for you that picked this card. It is empowering. You can know. You just have a knowing. This feels right. This totally doesn't. And then you take action. And you know what? You don't ever look back. When that happens, you don't. I want to keep encouraging you to go in that path. And I want you to know that that part of lineage is speaking to you for this coming week. But really, I'm going to say for those that chose this card, this is a theme for you this year. This is about knowing what you want and standing strong in it. And baby, you might upset the apple cart, but you just don't care. You are going to move ahead. And your higher self, your lineage, your royal coat of arms is saying, we are behind you every step of the way. We will be your army. If you want to flood those gates, we will be with you. There is a very strong sense of discernment. And just keep going. You aren't going to be able to please everybody, is what I want to say. Other people have their perceptions, and that's based on where they're at, and there's nothing wrong with it. But not everybody's going to want to get on your boat. But we have to have people willing to get on a boat in order to chart new paths. And literally, in an energetic perspective, we have to have people trying new things in order to create new possible timelines for all of us. Okay? So put yourself out there. Do your thing. Say what you want to say. Of course, be loving in your heart. I'm not saying to call people out, unabashedly and just make people's day terrible. But come from a place of knowing what feels right to you, taking action on it, and just keep the forward momentum, because you have a lot of support behind you, I want to say. It's not under you. It's not from above you. It's kind of behind you. And it's kind of pushing you like a really strong wind in a wind tunnel. It's going to push you. So just be ready for it and welcome it, because it's that part of the royal coat of arms for you that is about discernment and action. Okay? It's both. It feels very strong, solar plexus. And just standing up like the blue heron, pretty tall bird. You certainly can't miss them. Standing up tall and being like, yep, here I am. And this is what I've got to offer. And if you like it, come on the boat. We'll figure this thing out together. And if you don't, that's okay, because you'll find a different boat or create your own boat that you want to go on, and it's all good. All right. So I hope that helps everybody. It is helpful in some aspect. And I always look forward to doing these readings. It's the highlight of my week. I love connecting with you all. I love hearing from people, getting feedback, because it helps me to tune in even better. And just a pleasure to do these for you. So I will see you next week. Until then, wear that royal coat of arms, your theme that's specific to you. Wear it proudly on your chest, because it's there for you and wants to be seen. Take care.